Now once again, class 10 previous day. Today I am going to conclude this lesson, that is the life process. It is a lengthy lesson. All the life process we are studying, which is essential metabolic activities of the body, and the last topic is the excretion. Excretion, or it is also called excretory system. Excretory system. What is excretory system or excretion? It is the process of removal of toxic waste from the body. What is excretion? It is the process of removal of toxic waste from the body. If this waste actually remain or retain in the body, it is maybe dead cause for us. So it is very much necessary to remove this waste from the body. First we talk about the plant. What happened in the plant? What happened in the plant for excretion? That is the excretion in plant. Plant, what are the products which are formed in the plant? First we have to know that. What are the waste products that is generated in the plant? First is the carbon dioxide. Okay. What is the second substance which is generated here? That is the water vapor, or in the gas it is the oxygen, and then it's the water vapor. Okay. Water vapor. Plants do not need any particular system or organ system to release all this waste. As we know that when the stomata opens, what happens? The function performed by the stomata is the closing and opening of the stomata, and because of the closing of the opening of the stomata, the exchange of carbon dioxide takes place. The carbon dioxide entered in, oxygen released out for after the photosynthesis. Oxygen is used for respiration and carbon dioxide is released out with the help of the stomata only. But plants do not need any special organ system for this process. Water vapor is also released by the opening of the stomata. The plant has no specific excretory organ which is present in the plant. Plant also store the waste material in their body in the form of the milk, resin, the gum, etc. etc. That is essential in any other mode. One mode place which is used as for the excretion process for the stomata, and second is called the lenticle. What is lenticle? All the wounds generated on the surface of the plant. Okay, this is the plant, and this is one branch of the plant. When any other circumstances, let's say suppose this branch is cut down, it is fall down, so this place is open place, and this place is able to release the water, the liquid, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, all the substances released out from this. This is called the lenticle. Some other method is also there when the leaf is shedding down. Okay, shedding of leaf, falling off leaf is also the mode to release the waste. Waste is only this. These three are the actually waste of the plant. So there are lots of modes by which the plant is able to release this waste. Shedding of leaf, okay, peeling of bark, okay, filling of fruits or falling of fruits. This all are the various ways of excretion of material in plant, because the excretory material is only oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor. The waste material actually it is stored in the plant body in the form of the resin, in the form of the gum, in any other form. Okay, that is stored in the plant, in the form of the milk. And these all are the present in the plant body. One more thing is there which is released out from the plant. It is some solid substance that is actually not released out the plant directly, that is stored in the plant in the form of any other formation, and that is called the RAF. Okay, one food item is there that is called the jimmican. Maybe you look after it. Yam, jimmican. This is the Hindi name. Yam is the English name for it. In the surface of the yam, some part is present like this. This is actually the rapid. What is the role of rapid? This is actually the storage of solid waste. So plants store the waste in the body, and that is stored as a food material also, and it is stored as an essential substance also. So plants do not need a particular excretory system because it has no waste. This is generated in the plant body. So basically, we have to study the process of excretion in human beings. What is excretion? You know very well. The process of removal of toxic substance in the body, whether it is of the plant body or the animal body, is called excretion or excretory system. But what happens in the animal body, especially in the human? We have to study about the excretion in the human. In human body, we have a complete system of the excretion of the substance. We have a complete system of excretion that is called excretion in human beings. Okay. For this, we have to study the system of excretion. That is called the structure of or excretory system, whereas we have to study about the excretory system. Okay. We have paired kidneys there. Paired kidneys there. Kidney is a bean-shaped organ, paired organ, which is present in our body. Some veins and arteries are present here, which help in the transportation of pure and impure substances. What is pure and what is impure substance, that we have to discuss in our explanation. For excretion in our body, the main structure is present, that is called the kidney. This is the kidney. Two kidneys are there. Okay, if one paired organ is present, that is called the kidney. Kidney has the opening. This opening is called ureter. Two kidneys are there, so two ureters are also there. This ureter is open in a bag-like structure. It is open in a bag-like structure. This is called urinary bladder. And the opening of urinary bladder is there, that is called urethra. So what happens in the human body? The process of excretion is performed by special organ system, that is called the excretory system, which includes two kidneys, a pair of kidneys, two ureters, a pair of ureters, one muscular urinary bladder, and the urethra, that is the opening of the urinary bladder. Here in the middle, here two things are present, two tubes are present. That is actually the vessel. These are the vessels. This is called renal artery, and this is called the renal vein. This is complete. The circulatory system in the human being is regulated with the help of the organ system. Whatever the organ system is there, it includes a pair of kidney, a pair of ureter, one urinary bladder, and one opening of the urinary bladder, that is called the urethra. Now, what happens inside the kidney? That is the structure of kidney. The structure of kidney. Actually, some units are there which is present inside the kidney which perform the function. The unit which performs the process of excretion in human is called nephron. Okay, it's called nephron. In human, it's called nephron. You have to remember, in amoeba, the process of excretion is through diffusion. As we know, that is a simple unicellular organism, and they diffuse it out. They complete their needs with the help of diffusion only. In earthworm or the insects, the unit of excretion is called nephridia. Nephridia. And in human, it is called nephron. Nephron. So when we are talking about the structure of kidney, then actually we are talking about the nephron, the unit which performs the process of excretion. The nephron, it is present inside the nucleus. A network of nephron is present inside the nucleus. We are going to study about the one structure of the nephron. Nephron is actually a combination of two main parts. One is called Bowman's capsule and one is called tubule. This is the Bowman's capsule. And these are the tubules. When these two combine together, we call it the one nephron. So what is nephron? It is actually the unit of Bowman's capsule and the tubule. What happens here? The renal artery brings the blood and forms a meshy network of vessels here in this part. Okay, meshy network of vessels here in this part. This is renal artery. The blood, okay, this is the blood which carries the renal artery is not the pure. It contains the waste in it. Waste actually in the form of urea. It contains the waste in the form of urea. But not only waste, it contains the essential substance also. This water, waste, essential salts, minerals are also there. All these substances from renal artery reaches to this part of the Bowman's capsule. This is very much important part as it is called glomerulus. Glomerulus. What is called glomerulus? It is very much important part. Plural of the glomerulus is glomeruli. What happens? The blood which contains the waste or toxic in the form of the urea, the renal artery brought that blood in glomerulus of Bowman's capsule. Rest of the blood, this part, it is the part of the renal vein. This is the renal vein. Okay, this renal vein is collide over the vessels to perform their function. And what is the function? Like this. Okay, like this, it is revolved on the tubule. This part of the tubule is called, Henle's loop. This is the descending tubule, this is the ascending tubule. Okay, now what happened? The renal artery brought the blood contain the urea in the glomerulus of Bowman's capsule. The renal vein overlapped on the tubules of the Bowman's capsule. This tubule of the Bowman's capsule, this is the descending tubule, this is the ascending tubule. It opens in the collecting duct. Opens in collecting duct. And collecting duct is connected with the ureter. Connecting duct is connected with the ureter. So this is the structure of the kidney. Now what is the function that is performed here by the kidney? The blood which contains urea brought by renal artery here in the glomerulus. Glomerulus acts as a filtration bag. What is the role of the glomerulus? Glomerulus acts as a filtration bag. Filtration bag. Okay. Filtration. This process of filtration is actually called dialysis. Dialysis. So glomerulus is filtration bag. Just in the home we are making the tea. We add lots of things in the tea water. Water, milk, sugar, tea leaf, then ginger, then clove, then cinnamon. Lots of things we are going to add in that. But when we put all these on our filtrate, only the active steps goes on. The large molecules remain here only, remain on that filtrate. So what happens when this blood containing urea brought through the renal artery in the glomerulus? Glomerulus allows all the filtrate to filter in Bowman capsule. All the filtrate means whatever the substance is present which is able to dissolve in water. This filtrate, okay, this filtrate which contains salt plus water plus glucose plus some minerals but plus urea. Okay, lots of the essential substances are there, but one waste material is there, and that waste is called urea. And all this process is performed only for the removal of urea. This is the liquid waste movement of the water in the body. So this filtrate contains salt, water, glucose, and minerals. This is the dissolved substance. Dissolved in the water. The substance which is dissolved in the water is filtrate out with the help of the filtration bag called glomerulus. Okay, or the process of dialysis means the filtration of the dissolved substance is performed by the glomerulus. Okay, all these substances are not the waste substance. The process performed by the glomerulus is called selective filtration. This process which is performed by glomerulus The process which is performed by glomerulus is called selective filtration. The first step here is the selective filtration. But whatever the substance which is filtered out, that is salt, it's very much essential. Then water, it is also essential. Glucose is also essential. Minerals is also essential. Only one waste is there, that we call the urea. Now here the role of tubules is started. What happens? This tubule is going to reabsorb the material. Tubules reabsorb the essential substance. From this reabsorption, the essential substance. Okay, the substance which is essential. What is essential substance? Water, salt, glucose, minerals. This all substance is reabsorbed by this blood vessel. This blood vessel present around the tubules is reabsorb the essential component. And in whole process of reabsorption, whatever the substance which is left here, that is only some amount of water plus urea. And this combined is called urine. Okay, the process, it is a complicated little bit, but what happens with renal artery? What the blood which contains urea as the waste with essential components also. This blood enters in the glomerulus where the process of dialysis is going on, that we call the selective filtration. After selective filtration, the water and the dissolved substance reach in the Bowman's capsule, which contain water, salt, glucose, minerals, and urea also. These all substances are not the waste substance. So, one more function performed here, that is called, first is the selective filtration, second is called the selective reabsorption. Reabsorption. The blood vessel, this is the blood vessel. What is this? This is the blood vessel, that is actually renal vein. This is the blood vessel. Blood vessel reabsorb the essential substance from the tubules and allow only water and urea to move up to the collecting duct. And as I told you, collecting duct is connected with the ureter. Ureter collect that urine and then pass it for the urinary bladder. And when pressure is generated, when the urinary bladder gets full, the urethra opens up and the urine is passed out from the body. So that is the structure and function of the thing. This is the Bowman's capsule. Bowman is the name of the scientist who discovered this. So Bowman's capsule. What is the Bowman capsule? In nephron, a cup-shaped structure is present, that is called the Bowman's capsule. In nephron, a cup-shaped structure is present and the upper part of the nephron. It is present in the upper end of the nephron. Present in upper end is called Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. The second is the tubules. As I told you, the ascending tubule and descending tubules. The second is the tubules. Tubules is present in the another end of the Bowman's capsule. The lower end of the Bowman capsule is actually the tubules. It is a tube in shape. The lower end of Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. Okay, tubules, when it comes down, it is called the descending tubules. When it goes up, it is called the ascending tubules. And this V form of the tubule is called the Henle's loop, as we saw in the diagram. Next is the glomerulus. Glomerulus. This is singular. In plural, we call it glomeruli. Glomeruli. In plural form, we call it the glomeruli. When the blocks of the this we are going to study on the single nephron, and group of the glomerulus is called the glomeruli. What is glomerulus? In Bowman's capsule, the bundle of blood capillaries are there. Bowman's capsule collects the bundles of blood capillaries. Bowman's capsule, the Bowman's capsule contain a bunch of blood capillaries, and this are called glomerulus. Okay, the glomerulus is present in the Bowman's capsule. The next is the renal artery. What is renal artery? Renal artery is the blood vessel. Renal artery in one end of the glomerulus. The capillaries are there in the middle. One end of the glomerulus is joined with the renal artery, attached with the renal artery. And what is the role of the renal artery? It brings the dirty blood. Dirty blood means the blood containing the urea. One end of glomerulus is attached to renal artery, which brought the dirty blood. Dirty, it means it's presence of the urea. Dirty blood means urea is the waste, is present in it. Urea is present in it. The next is the renal vein. What happened in the renal vein? The other end of the glomerulus. One end is joined with the renal artery, other end is joined with the renal vein. Renal vein collected the pure blood. After filtration, the pure blood is collected through the renal vein. So one end of glomerulus or other end of glomerulus is attached to it. And what is present in it? The pure, which contains pure blood. Pure blood means the blood after filtration. Pure blood. Collecting tubules are there. Collecting tubules. What is the role of collecting tubules? Collecting tubules actually collects the urine. What is urine? Urine is a combination of urea and the water. So this is about the structure of nephron or structure of kidney. Now what is the function which is performed inside the kidney? That is called the function of kidney. We are able to explain it with the various questions. First, formation of urine, how the urine is formed. Second, what is selective filtration. Third, what is selective reabsorption. One more question is there, which is very much important, and that is why the glomerulus is called a dialysis bag. What is dialysis? Dialysis is the process of selective filtration, and that function is performed by glomerulus. So glomerulus is called dialysis bag. So lots of questions are there related with this topic, and the important thing is that why the glomerulus is called dialysis bag. as we know that the process of formation of urine is classified into three parts. First is the selective filtration, second is selective reabsorption, and third is the urine formation. And lots of questions are there: how the urine is formed, why the glomerulus is called the dialysis bag, what is selective filtration, what is the function of glomerulus, what is selective reabsorption. So these all are the questions related with this. That is this with the, but most important question is that why the glomerulus is called the dialysis bag. Okay, so that is the function of nephron. We are able to answer all the questions related with that. So what are the function of the nephron? Here the glomerulus is there. Glomerulus is for the filtration of blood passing through it. What is the role of glomerulus? Glomerulus filter the blood passing through it. Filter the blood passing through it. That is the function of glomerulus. Now, whatever the substance which is filtrate, the filtrate substance is actually all the substance which is dissolved in the water. The large molecule remain there in the blood only, but the substance which is dissolved in water, such as the salt, such as the glucose, such as the minerals, amino acids, that get selectively filtrate through the glomerulus. So what happened here? That is the process that we call selective filtration. Now, what is selective filtration? When the blood carries through renal artery, goes in glomerulus. Glomerulus filtrates all the water dissolving substance. All the small molecules which is dissolved in water is filtrate through the glomerulus. What happened in the glomerulus? That is called a selective filtration. When impure blood, again I told you the impure blood is the blood containing urea. Impure blood, that is the contain urea, reached in glomerulus, all the water dissolving small molecules, dialyzed or small molecules get filtered through it and collected in Bowman's capsule. Okay, but the large molecules such as the blood cells, such as the protein, remain there in the glomerulus. But large molecules like proteins, blood vessels remain there in glomerulus. Okay, what is the small molecules? Small molecules like water, small molecules, you must write here, small molecules like water, like glucose, urea, salt, etc. Okay, get filtrate through it and the large molecules is collected in the glomerulus. So it is called the selective filtration. Okay. The next process is the selective reabsorption. Selective reabsorption. Selective reabsorption. As we know that in this filtrate, lots of essential substance get removed out. Essential substance such as the salt, glucose, amino acids, etc. etc. So the blood vessels which is overlap or coiling over the tubules reabsorb this essential substance. So by the process called the diffusion. So what happens? Tubules allow the selective reabsorption of useful substance from tubules to blood capillaries surrounded on it. What happens here? Tubules allow the selective reabsorption of water, salt, minerals, glucose, amino acids, etc. through blood capillaries surrounding on it. Okay, the first process is going on, that is a selective filtration. Second is going on, that is a selective reabsorption. And what is the last? Last is the urine formation. When the blood capillaries remove all the essential substance from the filtrate, okay, when all the essential substances removed out, that's the glucose, salt, amino acid, and huge amount of water also. So what remain in the tubule? In tubules, water is present with the small amount of water is present with the huge amount of urea that does not get reabsorbed. So what happens after the selective reabsorption? The tubules contain water and the urea. So the waste like urea, which is not reabsorbed, so remain in tubules, and the combination of water and the urea is called the urine. Remain and tubules. This combination of water and urea is called urine. And what happens? This urine reaches to collecting tubules, and through collecting tubules it goes into the ureter. From ureter it goes into the urinary bladder, and when the urinary bladder gets full, the volume increases, then a pressure is generated, and with that pressure the urethra gets opened and the urine is passed out from the body. So this is all about the excretion in the human being. Lots of questions are there, which is important also. One device is called, one process is called, that is called the dialysis or hemodialysis. Dialysis or hemodialysis. Hemo is the word related for the blood. Hemodialysis. Actually, the filtration is called the dialysis, but it is a medical term. If anybody lost the problem, get any problem in the kidney, some kidney failure or malfunction of the kidney, the function which is performed by the doctors to retain their health is called the dialysis or hemodialysis. This is all about the excretion and all about the lesson, that is the life. you.